back to Retail Therapy. My name's Will. Barrett Dudley, how we living right now?
Living pretty good, Will. Mm-hmm. You know, all things considered.
How many things are we considering right now? I guess all of them?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, you know, my wife can't sleep, right? You know, nearly 38 weeks pregnant. 38 weeks pregnant when you're listening to this right now. Mm-hmm. I got a little injury on my fingy that's been stressing me out and keeping me up and like I don't know what it is, but it's freaking me out, you know? Mm-hmm. So I've got that going.
Okay. Sorry about your digit, man.
Yeah, my fingy. Let's see. Paid $6 for this cold brew this morning, which just feels over the top, you know?
You fool, man. We just got a cold brew shipment into the office that we've been slowly sipping on.
Like, here's the $6 cold brew. I'm hitting you with that 25-cent tip. Like, that's what's happening. So
$6 cold brew. I might not be doing anything on that.
I
might just be tapping.
It depends. I don't like that. I like to, if I know I'm going to be able to like hit their little screen enough times for it to fully disappear and go back to like the menu where they're like punching in orders. Mm-hmm.
Where you can see like table numbers and stuff.
Yeah. Then I'm feeling a little bit more, bullish on hitting them with the zero. But yeah, I don't know.
Like cold brew, you're not even doing much.
Nothing. You're not doing anything. Yeah, you're pouring liquid into a cup.
Like I'm not seeing any art on top of this.
No.
I'm just seeing you pouring something that was made by last night's crew.
Skill. Yes.
Yeah. Can I tip last night's crew for making this?
You're right. I gotta start doing zero on the cold brew.
I'm pro tipping. As a former waiter who enjoyed good tips.
Yeah.
I do tip well. The coffee, I don't get coffee out enough in public to actually have some like rules that I follow at this point. I rarely ever go in public. And if I do, it's literally just driving through these Starbucks across the street from our office because we don't have anything at home.
Right.
And so if it's a showdown in person, I'm tipping you. Yeah, it's just happening. I'm probably going to toss $1 on there.
You know what? The one that I see on that this pops up on Reddit all the time, and I'm always surprised at people's answers and reactions. A lot of people out there don't think that you should tip for takeout, and I'm here to vehemently disagree with that. I'm not saying you need to throw down 20%, but it's somebody's job, and they're packing the food and they're putting it all together, and I don't know how you're supposed to leave a little something on the takeout though. I'm sure that I'm telling you that right now.
I'm sure that there's restaurants that have a big enough takeout business where they just have takeout people that are just putting it all together and stuff like that. But when someone would do takeout from the restaurants that I'd work at, it came down to the waiters doing it all.
Yeah.
And
same.
You're using materials that you normally wouldn't use. You're packing it all up. You're making sure stuff's good. You're getting utensils, blah, blah, blah. You got to throw them something because you're sitting there ignoring your tables, putting together takeout orders. That's just not what you want to be doing.
Speaking of Reddit, Will.
Yeah.
I'd like to address the elephant in the room. Frankly, I'm flattered that people care enough about the podcast to get mad about it when we don't release an episode. Mm-hmm. I seriously, I'm not being facetious. I genuinely mean that. I'm surprised that there are people that care enough.
I agree.
To post about how we're not consistent enough with the podcast or how we don't give enough advance warning. So the first thing that I want to do is cast blame elsewhere.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. That's my favorite thing to do.
First, I'd like to blame Dylan from another podcast at Wash Media. We were supposed to record last week. We were going to record on Tuesday, but Dylan, with his terrible immune system, got sick. And he pushed all the circling back stuff off of Monday and on to Tuesday.
Do be facts.
And CB, it's the flagship podcast at Wash. It cannot be missed. And consistency is key over on that podcast, from what I understand. And so they bumped us off our Tuesday slot, and then you were out of town, and we couldn't get into the stew. So that one's on us. But I hear you. I hear the complaints about not necessarily the consistency, but about us letting you know when we are going to miss an episode.
Here's a promise that I'm going to make. That's something I've been thinking about. On my way to work. Mm-hmm. I've been thinking about what to do.
Yeah.
I've been hesitant about deploying a notification to people via Substack.
Yeah.
Because I said it in the Reddit thread. I think people are protective of their inboxes, and to get an email that's like, "Hey, here's nothing. I just don't want to do that. So I think from now on, if we're going to miss an episode, I think I'm going to just put together a rundown-esque column from the Substack that says, we don't have an episode for you right now, but here's everything we would have talked about or things that I find interesting to the retail therapy world. I think that's a very easy thing to do. I think it's a good way to offer value without, without having an episode.
Yeah.
I don't want to just send out an email being like, nothing, bye.
Yeah.
So, tune into the Instagram. Well, anytime we have any updates, we will put it on Instagram, but also definitely subscribe to the Substack as well.
Yeah. I also have I've got a Discord channel that is still, for all intents and purposes, it's called the Club Cool Discord channel, but I've been thinking, and I kind of feel like I want to rebrand it to the Retail Therapy channel and kind of pump that out in a coming week and see if we can make a little something like that happen. I want to do that for a variety of reasons. One, the Club Cool Discord has, kind of died and chilled out and isn't super active anymore. So I'd like to kind of, reinvigorate the life in there and get some new people in there. But it would also be a really good place to drop some of the stuff that we are, that we are not always able to do on the weekly listener digests. I don't know about you, but I'll also just pull back the curtain. When I do the listener digest on Substack, I can't help myself. I like to make it like cool and like write a little something about everything that we talked about, so that if you don't listen to the podcast, you get something from the article as well. That it takes me to write one like 3 hours. They're intensive things. It's not like super fast thing. And so with a full-time job and a pregnant wife and everything else, like, I feel guilty about this, that we're not able to get to them. And then the other thing is, like, I'm looking at like the Substack post that I just put out yesterday, 2,300 views. Only 16% of you are even clicking links.
Y'all got to be shopping more.
So that maybe you're just not interested in shopping, and you would, and that number is higher about if it's like linking to a New York Times article or whatever. But I don't know. I'm just pulling back the curtain here.
Get your shop on.
Y'all aren't in there clicking links, man. So that was another thing that I was like,
they were waiting until daytime today to sit down at the desk
and just like, man, I don't even know if people are getting anything out of these. Well, so I understand that those are helpful. I would love to be able to pump those out for every single episode. They fall through the cracks, and it is what it is. Like,
well, let's take this opportunity to discuss your schedule.
Yeah.
Moving forward, because we have an imminent baby joining us in this world.
Well, I'm officially on baby watch here. As I just noted, 38 weeks on what will be basically today, Sunday, of MDW, Memorial Day weekend. Mm-hmm. And we are, we're due like June 8th, right in there. So it could happen at any day now.
Yeah.
So give your boy some
schedule in flux,
some leeway.
I do have an interview scheduled for not next week, but the week after, to kind of hopefully not replace Barrett, but supplement Barrett's absence. And we'll see how it goes. But, as a father myself, take the time you need, brother, because it's not the most exhausting thing, but you'll be glad you have some time to yourself. That's for sure.
Yeah. My,
if you can make it through pledgeship, dude, you'll be fine.
Plans can obviously change, but my intention is that I'm going to be taking 2 full weeks off from everything, from podcasts and from, and I've got I've got longer than that off from the 9 to 5, but I'm planning on taking 2 weeks off from podcasting, and then hopefully
this is your warning.
We'll be able to get back in here as a little, well, I gotta go record, babe. I gotta go record. I'm sorry.
The good thing is that we have the in-out summer episode in our crosshairs, and so I'm going to have to force Barrett to get in at some point. It's just going to have to happen. But yeah.
So I just wanted to, I felt that thread just popped off, and I was like, I gotta address some of this stuff.
Part of the reason I dove in, because I was like, I want to know what to do. I want to make sure that people who want the content know what's going on. I want to make sure that everyone's on the same page. I want to make sure. And so, we'll be better. We'll figure it out.
When there are some folks in those threads that are just absolutely like exposing themselves though, because if you complain about Will going on vacation, I know you don't like this podcast. Like that's those two things.
Segue.
Yeah, those two things are very like, those are mutually exclusive things. You cannot appreciate retail therapy and then get mad that Will gets to go on sweet trips.
Yeah, because we're about to talk a sweet trip.
Okay.
Well, Barrett, I had an experience that I've never experienced before.
I love it when you experience things you've never experienced before.
Yeah. Me too. It's fun. I went to my first ever Vegas club.
Yeah. You clubbed.
As you know, we've had a partnership with Fountain Blue.
You kind of clubbed a couple of times. You did.
Twice.
You did
Back
club and then beach club.
Yeah. So we have this partnership with Fountain Blue, and it's kind of at the tail end of it. I don't know if we're going to renew or not. I hope we do because it's great.
Oh.
I mean, I'll do anything. So I went out there and they were like, well, we haven't covered the club yet. And part of the reason we haven't covered the club is because I'm old and I don't usually stay up that late.
Sure.
But they knew that I was going to be going to the Sphere and they're like, perfect, let's do this. And I said, fortunately for me or unfortunately for me, I'm not really sure which one, just because I'm not an EDC person, but it was the EDC music festival while we were out there.
Yeah.
Really changes the fashion dynamics of Vegas while you're out there.
Yeah. So you had some rave babies out there.
Oh yeah. The people walking in from the late sets at EDC while I was walking out of the hotel to go to the airport, I've never seen, it was like being in a zombie movie. It was just like these people are just walking around, just blank stares, looking like death. And so, I'm not a big EDM person these days. I don't keep up, but I know enough to know that if Dom Dalla and John Summit are doing a collab set together, I mean, you got to be there for it.
You have to be there. You have to. Yeah. That is, from what I understand, from my own personal listening, what I'm seeing out there on Spotify, the artists that are making big waves, the tickets that are really expensive, the shit that keeps popping up on my playlist, people that have DM'd me about, like when I've talked about EDM, I get the EDM heads popping into my DMs, like giving me good advice and tips on sets to listen to and that type of stuff, which I appreciate. But all that to say, Dom Dalla and John Summit have seemingly resurrected EDM music. Like they are like the twin towers right now. I don't think there are two more popular DJs at the moment.
No, I don't think so either.
You have your
I don't think so either.
You have your old heads that are still in the mix, like David Guetta, who you saw at the Beach Club and Tiesto, and like all those guys as well. But like, as far as like the young bucks who are super, super hot, it's Dom and John Summit.
Oh, it is. Yeah. And based on like I've only been in one Dom Dalla, or I guess two now. Before this, I was only in one Dom Dalla crowd, which was at ACL, and it was the most packed I've seen. Yeah, it was, and that's coming from Chapel Roan's crowd.
Right.
Well, like we walk into the club. Well, first of all, I had to overthink my fit like a million times. I was like, I don't know what to wear here. So I went with my Nordstrom, shout out to Nordstrom, went with the Dancing Vegetables Bodie shirt. I was like, dude, I want to see these vegetables dancing to John Summit right now. And so, a couple vodka sodas later.
Sure.
I've never felt a buzz anywhere besides the Kentucky Derby before it goes off, like I felt before John Summit and Dom Dalla hit the stage. Yeah. Like phones in the air. They have this just like music pulsing, ready to go. And I was like, yeah, okay. I kind of understand why people love the club. Like there is an energy in here that is hard to even quantify.
What I always like think about when I think about those moments, and I think I texted you something like this too. It's just like the throb, like the pulsation of like the bass and the people is like, there's just something so like addictive about that. Like,
you're visceral. I'm walking up and, I have an employee with the badge just like checking me through, which is great. And I'm looking at all these people waiting in line. And I'm like, wow, man, you're deep in this line. Like, I don't know if you're getting in by the time these guys go on. And then I get in there and I'm like, okay, I kind of get why you're like, well, I'd rather wait in line for this than go do something else.
Yeah.
We ended up doing the day club.
Did they at the club?
Yeah.
You waited until they went on, right?
So they went on at 1:30.
Did they go on 1:30?
We were told 1:30. They went on at 1:40.
Okay.
So they took us to the back. They asked, would you rather be at a table like in the middle of the club or in the back?
Yeah.
Behind the DJ booth. And we did both. I preferred the back. It was just less chaotic.
Yeah.
More space. can just walk up to the bar and get a drink as opposed to like hailing someone down or getting a bottle, whatever like that. I think like I'm pretty simple on these things. I don't want to overextend myself. Right. I don't like, them comping a bottle of something is not like the end of the world for them when it comes to like entertaining people.
Sure.
But I'm more of like, no, I'll just do cocktails guy. Like I'll just get my vodka sodas as I please. Thank you. But like, I mean, the buzz is just crazy in there. And so, yeah, we just watched it from the back for a bit. I mean, absolutely jam packed with girls. Yeah. Like you just can't even get around them. Yeah. It's like they butt in front of you and it's like, well, okay. Yeah. I'll keep taking steps back. I know I'm not the person who's supposed to be here. We end up going to Live Beach and because I mean,
first, I think we need to say I'm almost positive. Correct me if I'm wrong. Live Beach is where Sweens and MGK and Patrick Schwarzenegger were watching.
Was it
Kygo a few weeks back? Right?
Was it?
It looked exactly the same. Maybe all the beach clubs just look exactly the same.
Let me see.
I feel
I'll be able to tell by a quick photo. I don't think it was that one.
No? Okay. Because the setup looked exactly.
No, it's different interiors. They have green and red. This is more blue and white.
Okay. This was at the Palm Tree Beach Club, Las Vegas opening. Got it. Okay. All right. Might be.
And, it's going to be a big day out there. EDC is going on, like I said. And so they were like, hey, we don't really have a cabana for you, but can you just hang out in David Guetta's cabana? He doesn't have a lot of like an entourage. I was like, absolutely we can. Toss on the PGA Championship, hanging out.
Did you get to walk in with Guetta like you were the Rizzler walking in with
no, unfortunately.
with an MMA fighter?
I wish. I mean, I was close. Like we were pretty close. I mean, it was funny. We were just kind of alone in this cabana hanging out right behind the DJ booth. Felt kind of cool. But David Guetta still got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Like the second he came on, I was like, man, he's got so many bangers that he can roll out right now just to get us all pumped up.
That's the thing about Guetta. People forget that.
And like, I mean, the second he went on, there were just people in the crowd just like popping bottles of champagne and spraying them in the air. And I was like, this is great. This is wonderful. I was trying to think of like a hilarious thing. So they treat me well. They try to get me access to things to take cool photos of, which I appreciate. And when I first walked up, they introduced me to this security guard, and this dude is huge. Like you just know the second you shake that man's hand that you just do not mess with him. He could swap me out of the entire club just with one. Sally's up there, like right behind David Guetta, like taking some video, hanging out, whatever. And I'm to the side taking some film photos of him, waiting for the drop. I was behind the dude who runs the like cannons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And like all the graphics,
the smoke cannons.
And he was like, yeah, like whatever they are.
Yeah.
And he was like, here, wait for this photo. I was like, sick. And so I'm just sitting there, and I feel the security guard come up to me. He puts his hand on my shoulder, and I'm like, oh man, I'm getting tossed right now. And he goes, hey man, like you can stand right here, but I can't put you in the middle right now. It's only girls in there. And I'm like, I looked at him and I was like, dude, I totally get it. Like, thank you for letting me stand right here. I really appreciate that. But like, yeah, I totally get why David Guetta doesn't want a 38-year-old dude standing behind him. But man, after being in close proximity to a DJ doing their thing, like I've never been more sold on boiler room sets. Like I got to go to one now. Yeah, we got to, are they falling out of favor these days?
I don't think so.
Like that's a buzz. You can't bottle that up and just sell it. You got to go find it yourself.
I mean, if Charlie XCX comes through Austin, Texas, hanging out again like she did,
I don't know. Based on my first performance, I kind of entertained going. I want to go to Lord.
Yeah. I mean, I'd listen. I'd go see a Lord DJ set.
I'm worried that the Lord tickets are just going to get out of control here. But I can't tell.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, who knows these days? If you're doing an arena tour, it seems like decent tickets are like a baseline of $250 now, which seems crazy. But
I paid like $125 for a ticket in like 2011. And in my head, I was like, I'm never going to pay more for this in my entire life. Right. This is the most expensive ticket I'll ever buy. I was wrong. I was very wrong about that.
Yeah.
But turns out that's not how it is.
I guess we'll see. What is Lord coming through Austin? Did she announce
she's coming through. Yeah, she's coming through.
And it's Moody, right? It's Moody Center.
Yep, September. We got a show. If you want a pit ticket right now, you're going to pay about $335.
Okay.
That's less than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that's
based on other concerts that are comparable here.
For the pit, that is now like that is shocking, but it's not. That's not that bad anymore. It's all relative at this point.
You can get in the building for $146, which I'm
okay, but that's high though.
It is high.
Getting in the building for $146.
It is high. That's why you got to watch the tickets, Barrett.
I'm not sitting top deck for $145. No, sir.
Not for Lord.
No.
I would do it for Bieber again, if I'm being straight up honest. If I'm going to a banger show, I've never seen a room like so excited as when I went to that Bieber show at Moody Center. Yeah,
Bieber. I'm not sure what's happening with that guy right now.
Yeah,
I'm a little nervous for him.
What'd you think of Haley's Vogue interview?
I've only read kind of like bits and clips from it. I know she talks about her pregnancy. I was more focused on the way that Bieber dropped the most backhanded compliment of all time on his Instagram stories.
What was
and like gassing. He's kind of the worst husband ever, I think, at the moment.
He seems like a guy who could lock in a little bit right now.
He's really giving like, you know, the Justin haters real reason to believe that he actually does not like his wife.
What was the backhanded compliment? I missed this.
He posted an Instagram story that was basically like, Haley got the Vogue cover. The Vogue cover comes out. And instead of just posting like, love my wife, look how hot she is, I'm gassing her up all day long, congratulations, babe. He posted this long written out story about how he had always told Haley that she'd never be on Vogue, that she could never get the Vogue cover.
I did see this.
And that, he was mean. Yikes, big yikes. But like, he really thought it was about getting even. And now he knows that like getting even is not what it's cracked up to be. And like yada, yada, yada. So like, Haley, I'm sure he just misused the phrase here, but he said, I was sadly mistaken about you being able to be on Vogue. And it's just like, he loves to like embarrass her, kind of put himself back in the center of the room with this story.
Yeah.
I don't know. She just like, he just seems like an emotionally abusive relationship. If I'm being real, he
needs to stop smoking weed on his Instagram all the time.
Well, he's probably doing that because it's the only thing that's
he's just getting blown out.
It's keeping him upright.
Gotta chill, dude.
Seems like he's in a bad way.
That's propaganda I'm not falling for.
Yeah,
I don't have anything for this segment.
I
put a segment in about propaganda we're not falling for, and like, they're just, these memes are everywhere. I'm seeing it all over the place, and there's a lot of retail therapy coded things in these memes that I'm seeing.
This meme format also, where it's just kind of like it's kind of like a moving picture style of video.
Yeah.
And then it's got like a bunch of text laid over on.
Yeah.
Like that seems very popular right now.
It's not just popular, Barrett. It's very algorithm friendly.
Okay.
Because it causes people to stay on a short video for a very long time and watch it numerous times. Suddenly the algorithm loves it. Okay. So if you want a little hack there, that's one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a piece of.
Is this do you have to use this Charlie song?
I don't know. Not sure.
Okay.
And I might blast some Charlie on my road trip today.
This propaganda that I don't know who this is. This is just from Wired.
Oh, it's Wired It Girls. They just stand people still wearing wired headphones.
Got it. Wired It Girls, first comment also, keep Benson Boone the fuck away from me.
Dude, I was impressed with Benson Boone's SNL performances.
Yeah,
that was my first real exposure to him.
Yeah,
I'm not falling for $16 mocktails.
Okay, yeah. Propaganda, I'm not falling for. AirPods. This is wired headphones over everything. Running, Raw Milk. Ryan Reynolds being considered one of the hottest men. Is he still? I don't think he is still.
I don't know.
Cybertrucks, Flat Tummy Tea, hating Carrie Bradshaw, Joe Rogan, taking your phone off Do Not Disturb, using clean girl to describe things, Benson Boone, Lena Dunham slander, those little Hermes Oren sandals? Do you think she meant orange?
I don't know.
Oren sandals?
I don't know.
Getting mad at people for doing their own thing.
No, that's a sandal. That's a sandal.
An Oren sandal. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's it look like?
Pretty basic. I don't know why they're...
Does it have a big H on it?
It kind of does. Kind of does, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of just a big strappy H on the sandal.
Okay. Yeah. Here you go. I'll pull that up for the YouTubers.
I'm not falling for Amélie Andor's golf collection. It's propaganda I'm not falling for.
What about their running collection, though?
I think running is propaganda I'm not falling for. We got to protect our knees out here, Barrett. I'm worried about you. You're going to join a run club and never speak to us anymore.
My knees do hurt today. I put down another 3 miles yesterday.
I don't know how you're doing
I'm putting up those big boy numbers.
Hey, if you're sub 10, man, you're great in my book. If you're just doing it, you're great in my book.
My knees hurt today. They do hurt. Propaganda I'm not falling for. I'm not falling for matcha lattes. Did she put that?
Do people actually get like fired up from these?
They get fired up about matcha lattes.
I just don't like the flavor. I don't like
obviously,
the flavor.
Obviously, it's part of the uniform for the West Village girlies. Right?
Yeah.
They got to get their matchas.
I'm not into it. I'm just not into the flavor. It's too earthy.
It is very earthy. And I think my biggest, they're mostly just like giving you iced milk with a scoop of matcha powder. Like that's what a matcha latte is at most places.
Are you tipping for a matcha? I am.
You probably are.
I'm tipping for a matcha.
Yeah.
If you make it in front of me.
It's so pretty and green. How could you not tip?
If it's a matcha brew.
Yeah. I am not falling for this weather, Will. It's
I'm doing okay in it.
I'm not a fan. I'm not stoked on it.
I'm doing okay in it. I could do without the I had the loudest thunderstrike of my life last night.
That was a very loud thunderstorm last night. Very loud.
I thought the house next door to me exploded. I was shocked by how loud it was. My heart was racing for like an hour after. I've never experienced anything like that. I felt like I could feel the electricity going through my body from the strike. I was very confused.
Man. Yeah.
I went outside and was like, why are there not ambulances and like fire trucks everywhere? Because I swear to God, something just got exploded.
Randy, what are you not falling for?
Yeah, are you not falling for anything, Randy?
I'm not falling for cold plunges. Specifically, these bars are on Austin that keep having these cold plunge parties on their patio.
Bathe Austin.
I'm okay with people cold plunging, but me personally, I think I'm kind of out on it.
It's weird. Like I've seen
kind of tired of it.
Multiple like Instagram reels where like a bar will have pretty much just cold plunges on their patio, and it's weird.
What do we think about the hygiene on cold plunge bars?
I don't know. Does the coldness kill it?
I don't know. Not sure that it does.
It's like when you're a kid and you're bobbing for apples and suddenly there's like a weird foam. And you're like, why are there rings around all the apples? What's on all these kids' mouths?
Well, you're saying fuck this weather and you're just going rugby with it.
Yeah, I'm a cold boy in the office. Yeah. My desk is situated directly underneath the AC vent, and so I've been rocking, a shirt or a sweater or a vest.
William Ellery?
It is.
Yeah, it's nice. It's very nice.
I pre-ordered this at a time when I thought I might get it during the colder months. Didn't. That's okay though.
Beautiful collar on that bad boy.
It's a great
the
thing.
Structure of the collar is just
I very much like the stretchy,
the rib cuff.
Very elasticy cuffs.
Yeah.
Very happy with this. Yeah.
That's sharp. Trying to think of anything else I'm not falling for.
Here's propaganda I'm not falling for.
Okay.
Women's swimsuits costing more than men's.
Yeah.
What's up with this?
I don't know. But maybe we're going to level the playing field because we talked about Bodhi dropping men's Speedos the other week. And I started seeing a few other brands drop Speedos. And literally, a week ago, I had a coworker asking me about swimsuits. And I was just kind of like telling him, I gave him some of my go-to brands that I like to look for that I like to look at for trunks. But then I also said, hey, also, I think that this summer and then probably next summer, especially, I think we're going to start seeing straight dudes in Speedos. Mm-hmm. Cut to a few days later, GQ's dropping an article about how we're doing straight dude Speedos now.
Can I say something? If I was going to Italy this summer instead of last summer, I think there's a part of me that would be way in doing a Speedo exclusively in Italy just for like one vacation and wearing it like one time or two times.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? No one knows it. No one knows who you are. Go get your bronze on. Get those thighs tan.
Can I tell you one thing that if you're going to go Speedo, you either need to do some prep for Speedo. And I'm not talking about manscaping. I'm talking about getting them thighs tanned up.
Yeah. You can't go out there looking like you're wearing shorts.
Right. Like, yeah. Like from the tan line. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So just get yourself a little self tanner.
You should probably manscape though too.
Tan those gams up, man. That's all I got to say about straight guy Speedo summer.
I mean, I don't think I have it like that to rock a Speedo, but I like to live in a world where Speedos are so in that I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna rock the Speedo today. I'm going skimpy shorts. What are you looking at, Randy?
Yeah, like all these guys on this article here, they have no hair on their legs at all. They're all like wax. Like,
they're models, Randy.
Well,
they're male models.
I know, but like you see, I guess that guy has a little bit of hair, but you see these hairy legs? No way these are. I'll stick to my 5-inch inseam, my 4.5.
I'd like to buzz my legs. I'd like to buzz all my legs one day and just see what it feels like. I feel like it'd feel good, man.
Are either y'all watching the rehearsal?
I've watched enough to make me uncomfortable. If that says anything.
Episode 3 of season 2 is absolutely unhinged. But it involves some manscaping. It does involve some manscaping.
I've heard this, and I will get there at some point, but I'm not sure when. I'm trying to get through hacks.
Well,
not trying to. I'm enjoying getting through hacks.
We might be having to have a little conversation about so there's a new Theo James ad for Dolce and Gabbana. He is obviously rocking Speedo. He's a hairy guy, Randy. You know, I think that you'd look about like this, wouldn't you? In a little white number,
maybe.
Just Randy, imagine hitting up the apartment pool.
Yep.
Just coming down there.
Do it.
Just optic white Speedo.
Do it, Randy. Just drawstring and everything.
I might. Sure.
You know?
I'll think, you know what? Maybe I'll try it out.
I know you're not afraid of a thirst trap. This would be a next level thirst trap.
What are the Speedo shorts called?
If you don't have a girlfriend after dropping a Speedo thirst trap on the gram, I mean.
What about the shorts? Like the boy shorts almost.
Yeah.
I could see Randy rocking those.
What do they call those? And on some team, those were called like draggers or something like that.
I don't know. I was asked to be on the swim team. It was a pure numbers play, and I was like, yeah, I don't really feel like doing this.
Here's a question about Theo James. Is he worthy to be on the watch list?
Well, that's exactly where I was going, Randy. Thank you.
Well, I think he is.
He is now the current front runner for Bond
by a healthy margin,
according to everything that I'm reading.
Yep.
And
I looked this up last week.
Yeah. And I can't find a bad word about the guy.
I know. Does one of his most notable roles as a noted douchebag in White Lotus? Like, I feel like some people just have that view of him, just being the asshole guy.
Yeah.
But if he gets that Bond role, who am I to take it away?
Here's the thing: he played an asshole in White Lotus, and he still has an incredibly high approval rating.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'm very in on him.
We can't say the same about Jake Lacy. I think Jake Lacy, people kind of like bristle at the guy. He's like, nah, he's kind of a dick.
He played the role too well. He played the role too well.
I mean, now I think the maybe the major difference here is that people also like Jake Lacy, good looking dude. Don't get me wrong, but Theo James, slightly different playing field.
Honk.
Very hunky. Very hunky.
I want him to be the next James Bond.
That's the question now. Is he too hunky? Is he too hunky? Baby girl. We've had this discussion before.
We have.
Like Glenn Powell is too hunky.
Here's the thing. Glenn Powell's not doing Dolce Gabbana Speedo ads.
It's true.
Facts.
This puts him into that, I feel like into that realm of like, doing things that are a little sexy, doing things that are a little, fashion-y, like. If Theo James pops up in some street style carrying a Bottega bag, like it's over. It's that's true. He's on the list if he does that.
It's low investment. It's just a watch list. Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and throw him on.
Put him on there.
Throw him on the watch list.
Put him on there. Thank you.
Put him on there. Fuck it.
Oh man. I am falling for the Speedo propaganda. I am falling for it. Yeah. Catch me next vacay doing Speedos.
I would need to do some stuff, but I think it'd be a fun bit to at least have one on vacation and just walk out in it.
Yeah.
And then wear it all day and just have Sally just be absolutely disgusted by me. Can we speak to our friends over at Shopify real quick?
Of course.
Here's the thing. If you're trying to sell, you should do it using Shopify. If you've bought anything from us, if you've bought anything from Sunday Scaries, Retail Therapy, whatever it may be, just know that you're purchasing that through a Shopify site. Shopify is so easy. Once you create an account, they've got so many different templates, so many different plugins, so many different ways to customize your site. You can have just categorizing everything, loading products, shipping products, all those little things that you're like, I don't really know how to do that. They make it extremely easy to figure out. There's a reason that we use it. There's a reason that so many other people use it. If you want to see how good a website can look, head over to sunday-scaries.shop right now and you'll see it. It's kind of a new site. Getting ready to load some other stuff in there. Maybe Zine Volume 2. I don't know.
Wow.
Right now, it's time to upgrade to our friends over at Shopify. We love it. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/scaries, all lowercase. Again, go to shopify.com/scaries to upgrade your selling today. Again, shopify.com/scaries. You in on these NBA playoffs?
You know that I am, Will. Actually, I don't know that you know that I am, but I am.
I didn't know you were.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy the NBA playoffs.
I do too.
I don't watch as many games as I probably should. I've been pretty locked in on the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Ant-Man.
Okay.
He's must-see TV for me.
Yeah.
I've been watching some Knicks. I do think they should have never gotten out of that Detroit series, but I do have a bias there. But I do think that was some bullshit.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of anti-Knicks, but it's hard to be anti-Knicks right now.
I really like that Pacers team too, though.
Yeah.
And my mom is from Indiana, so I think I'm sort of rooting for the Pacers in that series. I was having to explain to my wife the other night. I'm sure I've done this before, but she was basically like, haven't the playoffs been going on for 4 months now?
Does feel like it.
And I was like, well, here's the thing about the NBA playoffs that you either love or you hate. They take forever.
Mm-hmm.
There are every single series is a 7-game series at this point. And if you love it, the awesome thing is that you basically get a basketball game every single night for about 50 days or so.
Yeah.
And so I'm enjoying the new teams in the mix. It's nice to see some young stars out there. You got SGA, speaking of, who's very Retail Therapy coded, big fashion guy. Brunson and Kat on the Knicks, Halliburton and Aaron Nesmith on the Pacers. Like Ant, obviously, like the Ant-Man. Like there's just a lot of guys that are fun to watch out there. But to take this away from a sports podcast and back into to Retail Therapy, I love watching the Knicks and the Lakers as well, but the Knicks right now who are still in it. Because when I put on a Knicks game, I'm 50% watching the court, and then I'm 50% just watching the courtside, the courtside folks.
It pisses me off
because I got to see who's there, man.
Spike Jones should have never had a courtside seat in Detroit.
Spike Lee,
sorry. Spike Lee should have never had a courtside seat. It pisses me off that he was courtside. That being said, I love seeing the celebrities courtside.
Yeah,
at Madison Square Garden. Nothing gets better.
Right. We're just who we are, Will. Like.
It's just fun. It's how it should be. You need the most famous New Yorkers sitting front row at Madison Square Garden for a playoff game. Right. That's how I was raised. NBA inside stuff, everything. It's how it should be.
I need Larry David and Susie Essman sitting next to each other at the next game. I need Timothee Chalamet having drinks with Bad Bunny at the next game.
Thank you, Randy.
And yeah, it's part of the fun, man. It's awesome it's fun to see who shows up. It's fun to see who. I can't remember if this was I either read an article or this was an Entourage episode. I can't remember which. But apparently, a lot of the courtside seats at these big games they are given away, basically.
Makes sense.
Like, I do not think that Timothee Chalamet pays to go to these games.
No, I don't think so either.
And they've got, like, let's say they've got 25 courtside seats that are up for grabs, like for the VIPs. And then they basically like field calls from agents and celebs that want to go. And then like they prioritize you. So like Timmy's going to any game he wants right now because he's king of the world.
Yeah.
Larry David probably getting into most Knicks games that he wants to go to. You can pull up some courtside or courtside adjacent seats on StubHub, and they're going for about $26,000 a piece right now for the Western Conference Finals at Madison Square Garden. But I think that these guys that Timothy and Bad Bunny and Larry David and Spike Lee, like I don't think they're paying for the seats.
Could you see like a Curb episode where Larry's desperately trying to get into a game and he's like on the brink? And so he's like calling Jeff, like, hey, you got to set up a meeting with Timothy. You got to get him this role. So he's taken out of the country for this. He's taken all my Knicks seats. This is terrible.
That would be that would be it. That I can see it.
I saw a bunch of hypothetical Curb episodes with him and Susie sitting next to each other, and they were just hilarious. It's like, yeah. No.
Well, I mean, so there was a good bit like, obviously the game 1 of Knicks Pacers was insane, unbelievable comeback by the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton completes the comeback and ties the game at the very end there with a second left, and he does the famous Reggie Miller choke hand motion because he thought he hit the 3 and ended it. And so there was all this like people were doing bits that he did that motion and then pointed to Larry. He really pointed to Reggie Miller, who was broadcasting the game, but it's funny to think that he pointed to Larry after he did that.
Oh yeah. Well,
this was
he's been dripped out in like Chrome Hearts a lot.
This was a big fit here that got a lot of buzz. Timothy obviously has been wearing a lot of Chrome Hearts, which again, we've talked about Chrome Hearts before. It's an insane, like they have taken the exclusivity crazy price model to like a whole new level.
Yeah.
Where the stuff is it's so absurdly priced, but that is literally what drives the demand, is that you can't just like, it's very difficult to get your hands on almost anything.
I'll be honest, I don't like it.
But especially the silver jewelry, and then especially any kind of cut and sew that has leather patches on it. So
I was when we were in Vegas last weekend, I saw more Chrome Hearts IRL than I've ever seen in my entire life.
So Vegas is a big spot to buy Chrome Hearts because there's at least one flagship store. There might be a couple at one of the hotels.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
And yeah, so that is not surprising that Vegas is a spot where you can see a lot of Chrome Hearts. But this was all custom Chrome, not stuff that you can get. He had the Timberlands with the big leather blue and orange cross patches on them. Didn't like this fit, Will. This was not my favorite.
Nah, it looks like he's going to an Auburn game.
I like Bad Bunnies a lot more. I'm pretty sure those are our legacy Vast Cut denims. By the way, Bad Bunny, another guy that I'm really high on right now. Did you watch him? Did you watch him and ScarJo on SNL?
Yeah, obviously, I watched him and ScarJo on SNL.
Like, he is such a good performer. I love his musical performances, and he's really funny too. I'm high on Bad Bunny.
He's great.
Yeah, I need
to start listening to more Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Not understanding the lyrics is tough for me, but like I feel like I could get into it in the right scenario.
Dying to know what he and Timothy, shot the shit about.
Absolutely. I loved all the memes that came out of Kendall and Kylie with him and them like talking behind his back and everything like that. Like he's just what a life he's living right now.
Here he is.
Dudes love him.
This is the fit with Kylie and Kendall from the previous series.
I mean, he's converting Lakers fans to
right.
It's crazy.
Right. I liked this. This is not something that I would pull off, but I liked this fit more.
Yeah,
he's really leaning into why. New York fuckboy Timmy here.
Yeah,
with the giant denim shorts and the Tims and the
Oh yeah,
but like this is just good. This is good basketball wear right here. Like cool t-shirt for your team, not something too brandy, and then you just hit him with the classic 47 cleanup hat, 47 brand cleanup hat, like.
It's nice. Man, Barrett, I just got my 50th email about the ALD New Balance RC 56 capsule collection.
I wanted to like those shoes. I wanted to like them.
I just don't.
Yeah.
I have 0 purchases from them this summer and spring. Do we not get any? Do we already do the bell for them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just making sure. I just wanted to keep Randy honest.
I was getting distracted here too, because if you go to the right there on this GQ article, it said that Pedro Pascal and Paul Mescal played tribute to Harrison Ford. There's 2 baby girls.
They did. They both did the infamous photo at Cannes.
It's good. It's a good idea.
Pedro Pascal, just another guy that's just like, what a king.
He's on a run right now.
Yeah.
He's got the.
What are you wearing courtside?
Courtside?
Yeah.
Probably botching it. Probably overthinking it.
You're going with the club fit, basically, right?
Probably close. If Bad Bunny wants to invite me to a club after, I want to be able to seamlessly go there.
I think you cannot go wrong with two things courtside: black, leather.
Yeah. Well, but you also need to make sure the most important thing for me for a courtside fit is the shoes.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you got to get that courtside, like,
that's right.
Legs crossed.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
Those cameras are low. They're panning across. Those shoes really get a lot of shine in those in those camera shots. Yeah.
I mean, who's your number one draft pick for getting seated next to if you're on the list to get seated courtside at Madison Square Garden right now? Is it Timmy?
Probably Timmy. I think probably Timmy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, I feel
Larry
like
David would be hilarious.
I mean, Ben Stiller and Larry David
be funny.
Probably good hangs too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think Larry David would be a good hang. I'm not sure he'd be very much fun to sit next to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be courtside anytime soon. But
I think from my first courtside appearance, I'm just going I'm probably keeping it pretty simple. I'm going black cashmere crew neck sweater, a pod favorite, and then I'm doing a team hat. If it's my team, I'm doing a team hat.
I'm probably doing a hat, even though I don't normally wear hats out that often. I'm probably going hat.
Little dad cappy. I'm keeping it. Like I said, I'm going 47 brand cleanup hat because that's the one.
I might just go jersey with a button down.
Jersey over the button down.
Over the button down, yeah.
That's a power move. That is a power move.
Yep.
Speaking of curb.
Yeah.
Will. Mm-hmm. I think you're watching Seth Rogen in the studio.
I am watching Seth Rogen in the studio.
Which is a show that I loved. I just finished the season this week. And it feels very much like a successor to Curb Your Enthusiasm. I don't know how many episodes in you are.
So I think I have the Las Vegas mushrooms episode ahead of me.
Okay. So you're nearly done.
Yeah, I'm nearly done. The last episode, I forget the last episode that I saw. But very much enjoying it. I think we've brought up the style and the vibe of the show on here, but I don't think we've dissected it that much. Just really couldn't be a bigger fan of everything they're doing stylistically on this show. Whether it's the actual studio, office.
The office, yeah.
Such a cool office. All of the suits that Seth Rogen's wearing are just absolutely delightful.
There is a scene where he is eating dinner with his mom, I believe. Mm-hmm. And the lapels on his suit jacket
crazy
are go past the shoulder seam. They are so big. It's obviously it's a very much it's a backlash to the extremely narrow lapels of the menswear era.
Yeah.
But it's also very much a throwback to the 70s, which is what the show loves to reference in a variety of ways. And I mean, right now, it's very it's not going to look great in probably 5 years or as good, but I do love it as a kind of a course corrective.
Well, the issue
to
for
those
me
super narrow lapels, it's so luxe.
But he's really sold me on the double-breasted.
Yeah,
and that was already something that I was thinking about and wishing that I had a wedding or something that I could buy a suit for this summer so I could justify that. I still have nothing that I can justify it for. I would really, really like to buy a new suit in this style, and I just don't have anything for it. I don't think I can go giant lapels like he does, but just the Corvette. Rest in peace.
You had to sell it to Zac Efron.
How much did you love that?
So that I loved that, and obviously it was huge for me to see my guy Zac doing something kind of fun and tongue in cheek and being back on the screen in a way that felt good for him, for him. Does that make sense?
Do you have a name for the Efron heads out there?
Well, my podcast was called Effing Around.
Okay, I didn't know if you had a name for the listeners.
I think the Effers, you know? Yeah.
Little Effers.
So that was big. That is the episode that that's the one episode that people were kind of low on.
I enjoyed it.
I thought that was I
enjoyed it.
And it was, he's playing with genre, right? So that's kind of the noir episode.
Yeah.
The others don't do quite that much of a reference to specific genre. But I enjoyed that one. But some people were lower on that one.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I liked it. The episode I was lowest on was the second episode because I couldn't stop yelling at him to stop. Just stop.
See, the Warner
just do less.
The Warner is my favorite episode.
Just do less.
Yeah.
It's a rare episode where I have my hands over my face and I'm saying no while only partially looking at the screen.
I had a buddy just start the studio just a few days ago. He watched 2 episodes and he said the second one made him break out in hives.
Yeah,
that was his reaction to it.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's an entertaining episode, but it's a lot if you're already feeling a little anxious. It's like, just stop, dude.
I think you can get some of this look with like at Suit Supply.
Yeah,
they do a lot of the soft tailoring and double-breasted stuff.
I agree.
But the lapels are hard to achieve without going bespoke or custom.
Yeah.
Like
he's got a very Bodhi color palette in this entire series.
Yes,
like it's all a lot of creams,
browns, reds, oranges. Yeah, totally. But absolutely agree. The visuals, the aesthetic, the wardrobe, it's just one of many reasons to keep checking out the studio.
I mean, even his tuxedos and stuff from the
so that episode in particular, it's
pediatric oncologist.
Episode 6, the pediatric oncologist was so curb
Into the Globes episode. Oh, so curb.
Like that
so
one
curb.
especially was incredibly curb.
I never made the curb comparison in my head, but you're really right.
Yeah.
Like he's a character who cannot let go of things. He's self-deprecating. He's self-destructive. That's a very good...
He takes little things and won't let them go.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of... I think that's the piece that is so Larry
like giving
David.
feedback to a film or... Great show thus far, though. I've enjoyed it. I don't think it's a show that I'm ready to say is perfect, but I'm glad I'm very glad it exists, and I've enjoyed watching it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's like automatically like, oh, I loved this is going to go down as one of my top 5 shows ever. But like, it's still a very, very good show.
I think it was excellent. It will, without a doubt, be on like my top 10 list at the end of the year.
Yeah.
It had some highs and lows. It had some. Not every single scene and not every single episode was like 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But it was a really great first season of television that I'm glad is
I need to knock out
a second.
A couple episodes of Studio. I need to knock out the final episodes of Hacks, and then once I'm done with that, I'm moving on to Overcompensating on Amazon.
Okay,
that's my rotation right now. So I'm slowly chopping through.
I think you should check out Friends and Neighbors on Apple TV.
Yeah, so
well.
I have that all downloaded. That's a decide whether or not my counterpart would like to watch it with me show, and if she says no, then I agree.
I think she'd like it,
but I thought that with the Studio, nothing. And so
this one's different. This is more of a There's just a lot of relationship stuff, and also like
she's reading all the time now. It's really stunting my TV watching.
Well, there's some sexy stuff. There's some sex on the show too. So yeah,
sexy stuff, huh?
Sexy stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't know sexy stuff. Okay.
Yeah, there's people banging.
Whoa,
John Hamm?
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Yeah, I'll start that as well. I have it all downloaded on the iPad, so it could get started at any moment. Any moment. Let's hear from our friends at Oriframe real quick. I uploaded a bunch of photos to my parents' Oriframe the other day. Things are going real well on that front. They're very psyched about me. We all know someone that loves taking photos. I like taking photos. Big photo guy. Got hundreds of pictures just wasting away on your phone. Start putting them to good use with unique, stylish digital picture frames from Oriframes. It was named the #1 digital picture frame by Wirecutter, and for good reason. It's so easy to set up, and they have different frame options. My parents love getting photos put on there. I love putting photos on mine. I get to get a little more wild with ours. But just everything about it. It pairs photos very nicely together. I'm very shocked by some of the pairings that it does, but it's so easy just to manage everything from your phone. The best part is that it's got unlimited storage. You can toss anything you want on there, and you can just see it in the future. All you need is that free Aura app and a Wi-Fi connection. You can upload as many photos and videos as you want year-round. You can save on the perfect gift that keeps on giving by visiting auraframes.com. For a limited time, listeners can get $20 off their best-selling Carver mat frame with code AURA20. That's auraframes.com. Promo code AURA20. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions do apply. So you're just full on Run Club now, huh?
Well, here's what's happening. I think I've mentioned this before, but I've gotten back into running for a few reasons. One, it feels like a nice thing to be able to do when my time is more limited. Yeah. Because driving to the gym, spending 45 minutes to an hour, driving back, like it just takes time. Whereas like I can knock out a 3-mile run in under 30 minutes. So, that was a big reason.
Mm-hmm.
I also wanted to like get my cardio, my heart health back up because hit up that doctor's office and cholesterol is a little high. You know what I mean? So
brother,
that's the life of a pastry boy. So and I can't quit. I can't just quit my Saturday morning pastries.
No, you can't.
I can't.
You can't.
So
if anything, you need to scale that up as you have a kid. Like it's the perfect errand to go do.
Got to make sure that heart health is on point. And then on top of that, running is very hot right now. There's a lot of cool running gear. And we have been very blessed by almost more than anything else. I've talked about running and we've had brands reach out and offer us, gear. So like big shouts to Tracksmith and to ASICS who have hooked it up with sick ass stuff that I love.
I wanted to make sure that you reaped the benefits of those emails more than anybody because I was afraid it was going to get wasted on me because I'm not really running these days, despite my heart health probably is much worse off than yours at this point. So maybe I should start. Dude,
but yeah, so I was enjoying doing a little bit of the running club bit the other day on social.
I mean, you were scorching on the trail.
Yeah. Just absolutely.
You looked like Roadrunner out there.
Just burning folks,
What's your average mile right now?
About 8.5 minutes.
Okay.
I thought that 9+ was funnier for the bit.
Dude, if I can get under 10, I'm a happy camper on my end. Like I am struggling these days.
My problem right now is like I sort of mentioned my knees hurting, but like I do my first run of the week and feel pretty good, and I'm down in 8:15, 8:21, and then give myself a couple days to recover, go back out there again, and I'm like much slower, like much closer to 9 minutes a mile, and I'm just like getting all those joints and tendons and muscles back into shape to be able to do it multiple times a week at nearly 40 years old is not.
What are you tracking via?
Not the easiest thing to do. Strava, of course.
See, I signed up for Strava a long time ago to track my dog walks with Rosie, just to know how many, like what we were doing. And like it notified everyone on Strava that I joined Strava.
So
I started getting texts from everybody being like, "Nice, man, nice, dude." And
I think Strava has been hacked on more than one occasion. Because I have like some absurd number of followers on Strava, like random people in like Argentina and
they're
South
invested,
Africa.
dude. They're invested,
and they'll give you kudos for your runs. And like if there's an alternative to Strava, I'm open to it because I think my Strava account is kind of cooked based on.
I had a Nike running one for a long time back in the day when I was that's when I was running like 5 miles and stuff. Like that's the only time I've ever gotten into running, wanted to continue running. And I was using the Nike one. I have no clue if it's still good these days, but I enjoyed it for what I was doing then. I want the Running Cult member shirt with the holes in it.
Yeah, the Satisfy one. Yeah.
I solely want it for sitting at the pool. I know I might have like little tan bubbles all over me, but it does look comfortable just to be a little airy.
You'll be okay. It won't make you weirdly tanned.
Did you buy one?
I have one.
Is it nice?
I have one I've got a really cool one actually that's very like Austin centric because it's like a photo print. It's a black and white photo print. It's Willie Nelson like running one of the Austin marathons back in like the 70s.
Yeah.
And it was back in the day when you could easily find Satisfy MothTech stuff for like 50% off, like $70 a shirt instead of full price, full freight, 148 or whatever those are now.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
I treated it more as like a cool summery, tee for a little while, but then I did run in it the other day and the MothTech, it works shockingly well. Like I caught a little breeze and it just like blew through the shirt and like kind of races over your skin in a way that works unbelievably well.
It's like the eyelet sweater from ALD.
Yes. I like looked down.
It's a heavy sweater, but it feels kind of cool.
Yeah. I looked down at the shirt and I was like, oh shit, this actually kind of works.
Is it true to size, Barrett?
Yes, but they do, I would say they run slightly on the snugger side.
There you go.
So you could size up if you wanted a little baggier, I think.
There you go.
But yeah, I would love another one of those. And but yeah, because I've gotten an opportunity to try some of this stuff, I also love a singlet now. Like the super lightweight tank, the Bandit ASICS one that I had on and when I was posting, incredibly light. I don't know what it's like a pretty typical blend. It's like poly and elastane or whatever, but unbelievably light. And then the Tracksmith ones are pretty sick too, and those are nice for running in this heat for sure.
You got the arms for those tanks. I got those tiny little arms, those perfectly tiny.
But yeah, I don't know if I'm actually going to be, I'm probably not going to be doing any run club stuff anytime soon, you know? Mostly,
sorry, babe.
Mostly because Mattles hasn't reached out to me yet.
Is that a famous run club?
No, well, Metal Ranchos.
Metal Ranchos.
What, do they have their own run club?
Well, she like runs with like one of their run clubs.
Oh. Okay, hold on. I'm putting all the pieces together now.
Don't worry, Barrett. I knew exactly what you were.
I'm putting all the pieces together now. I got it.
The one thing that that I need a little work on, like, do we think that the run vloggers and the run clubbers, are they going selfie stick, or are they just like, they just have this perfected to get that high, angle?
Sam Taylor, who you're referring to, is definitely just straight up with the phone.
Okay.
I think they're just going high.
I'm looking up A6.
They're doing a little squeeze on the selfie.
Yeah, they're getting that like
1.15, whatever.
Yeah, right, and going real high with it. I need a little work on my technique, I think, you know, to really be getting that going.
You'll get there.
Yeah,
you'll get there.
But it's nice, man. It's nice being out on the trail. I'm reinvigorated by running, but only running when there's like good people watching involved. I can't run in my neighborhood. I hate that.
It's uninspiring stuff.
It really is. It really is.
Might need to get used to that with that baby, though.
I know. We'll see. We'll see if I'm able to keep this up.
Do you know which A6 tank you have? Because I am in the market for looking for some athletic tank tops, and you seem like you're in love with this one.
I do really, really like this one. It is it's the Bandit times Asics Vento Performance Singlet.
Gotcha.
And Randy, if you're a medium, I might actually have a little treat for you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm somewhere between medium and large. So
okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you check it out.
Yes.
What else we got? Did I cover all my running stuff?
I think you did.
Any other questions that you have for the newest member of
I don't think so.
Of a running club?
I think I've covered it all. Do you want to do some articles of interest?
Let's do it.
New Yorker had inside the living rooms of notable New Yorkers. I figured we'd go through this and see and just decide which one we want the most.
Okay.
Some of these people I don't know.
Is that Lin? Is that Lin-Manuel?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his. I respect his talent, but he just kind of annoys me. That being said, it does look like he's got a good living room.
Are you sure that's him? He's not biting his lip.
Yeah, he's not biting his lip. That's a good point. Sarah Sherman's looks exactly like what I would expect Sherman's to look like. She's emerged as like my top person on SNL.
She's great.
I want just more of her. I thought they scaled her back this season a little bit, and I didn't want that. Spike Lee, formerly known as Spike Jones on this podcast.
Wait, who's this? Oh, that is Spike Lee. He's hiding that. He's hiding in the background there.
He's hiding in the background. He's kind of tiny.
He is a small guy. Yeah.
He's like, hold on, you want me right here? I mean, what all this article did for me was make me remember like how small these people's places are.
Yeah.
And how they're all lit the same, like not in the most inspiring of ways. Obviously, the Bodhi one is absolutely ridiculous, but she's got the added benefit of one, having great style herself, and also marrying someone who just does interiors. It's just like, how are you not going to live in their entire setup? Like seeing like what some of the interiors of these places look like, I'm like, yeah, we do romanticize New York a lot. I don't think I need to be like running there anytime soon.
You're not sprinting to hang out with Cardinal Timothy Dolan, Archbishop of New York?
I don't know. Is he sitting courtside anytime soon?
He should. Now that we have an American Pope, but like these Cardinals just need to start popping out more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. They got to get their clout up if they want to follow suit.
Is Catholicism back?
I don't know.
It might be in America. With an American Pope, it might very much be.
I don't know if that's for me to say, brother.
Oh, man. Like, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, get our man courtside. Put some J's on his feet.
Get Timothy Dolan, get Cardinal Tim. Get him courtside. Like if you go the Bodhi one's not fair. It's not fair.
That's got to be the leader in the clubhouse as you're scrolling down.
Actually, having said that, it's not my pick right this moment.
What's your pick? Is it Emrata's that looks just depressing?
Well,
she needs to spend more time in this place.
Okay,
that's not even like she's got a cooler pads.
I was just about to say Emily Ratajkowski's spot in New York is very, very sick. And this photo is not doing it justice.
This says a lot about me.
I agree.
That stuffed animal octopus that thing looks tight. I would love it. That's a great stuffed animal.
Yeah. I think my son would very much like that.
Sick.
Okay, now we're talking, Will. Now we're talking. Alex Soros. I mean, look at the view, baby.
No, see, that's too much window for your boy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I need less natural sunlight.
I after our last episode, I'm all in on no window coverings. So
see, I might go Scorsese mode and just like hit that den vibe with just like the dark windows.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty sexy.
I'm not going to be upset chilling in there all day.
Oh, because you know what this looks like, right?
What?
This is giving Bowery Hotel.
Yeah.
Hotel bar.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, AOC. Okay. I see you.
You got to be careful with hers because we don't want our public servants having too nice of living rooms.
Looks like
that's true. That's true.
That looks like something you'd see on the background of a Zoom call of someone.
Gus. Okay, I'm. This might be my new leader right here. Over here, Gus Wenner and Elle Fanning. I'm liking that door. A whole lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting to the bottom here, and I'm not seeing anything that's beaten. I'm going Scorsese.
Going Scorsese?
I'm going Scorsese.
Okay.
I want to lay down in there. Pretend to read a book. Not actually read a book.
Who's this?
Chloe Sevigny?
Okay, that's what I thought. I like that. I like that.
Some of these people got to hang their art instead of just putting it around them in these photos. Stressing me out.
Okay, I think I'm going Elle Fanning. I'm going on my hunch. I'm going on my gut.
You're buying in on that door.
And I'm buying in on this door. I like the rug. The couch looks nice. I'm getting a good feeling from this spot.
Okay.
I'm going there. But I did want to briefly shout out. I do like the New York places that look like this.
Yeah.
This is Ella Emhoff. She's a textile artist. I'm unfamiliar with her game, Will, but I feel like this is kind of like what your place is supposed to look like in New York.
Yeah.
As a young creative.
Oh yeah. And I get it.
Like art as high as you can stack it on the walls, books everywhere, loud colors, like very eclectic, but curated.
You need shit in your apartment if you're living in New York. It's got to be, you got to have looked like it's lived in space.
Controlled chaos.
Yeah.
Yep.
That
was very visual. So I encourage you all to watch us on YouTube.
There's a link in the description.
That may have been a terrible segment if you're just listening.
Fuck it. That's their problem. Are you in your slop era? Where are you at on slop these days?
We talking AI? We talking a little AI slop?
A little bit of AI slop. We're also talking here. Let me just read the New York Times little thing.
Please do.
It's impossible to avoid slop these days. Slop, the uncanny stream of words, photos, and videos that AI spits out, often appears close to reality to be believed at first glance, but then sets off a tinny alarm of unreality. Jesus Christ made out of shrimp. President Trump photoshopped to look like the Pope. A cat deep frying potatoes, a horse made out of bread. Offline, we're swimming in more slop. Slop bowls, the term many used for the nebulous mash of ingredients served as fast casual chains like Kava, Naya, Sweet Green, and Chopped, where the selling point is efficiency, not craft. I haven't eaten at a slop restaurant in months, and I'm very happy about this.
So I'll pick up the slack for you on behalf of the millennials. I love a slop bowl. I live for this. I'm eating slop bowls at least once a week.
I famously got food poisoning from Sweet Green and have not turned back.
Okay.
So it's just been tough for me.
That's fair. I don't ever get to eat Central Market sushi anymore because Laura got food poisoning from the sushi there.
Hopefully not while she was pregnant, right?
No.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Many years ago.
I mean, I would still eat sushi from there and not worry about it, but that's just me.
Would you consider Chipotle to be a slop bowl?
Yes, that counts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Then I'll do that. I'll do that probably once a week.
It's a Chipotle bowl. Yeah.
Chipotle burrito bowl once a week. That's about as close as I get. But like Kava, I never honed in on an order that I fell in love with. All the other places, like I just am not eating lettuce in public that often anymore.
I like Kava a lot. The thing about Kava is that I don't think it's actually that healthy for you.
Yeah. Sometimes you get a spice bomb in there and you're like, man, what did I order here? I'm just dying right now.
But what are we, how are we, I'm not totally understanding the connection between bowls.
I think it's just the word.
And
I think it's just the word.
AI slop.
I don't think they're making much of a connection.
Randy, make it make sense.
Yeah, I think they're just saying.
It said, when did we get so submerged into slopified
In all the
muck?
slop videos, slop bowls, slop clothing hauls.
We're lazy, you know?
When did we get so submerged in the slopified muck? That's what you just said.
If you're asking me if I want all my meals to be slop in a bowl, no, I don't. If you're asking me if I enjoy AI photos all over the timeline, I absolutely do not.
Dude, we're so cooked. Have you seen
Chat, we are so cooked.
Have you seen the Google's new video?
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's the beginning of the end.
It's dumb.
Truly.
It's what are we doing here?
Wait, have I seen this? What is this?
They just have Google's put out this new AI where you can create just insanely realistic videos. And it's
like people talking and stuff. And it just looks like it.
Like you can do a man on the street video.
Oh, I did see that.
And it's like it's just too much.
To be quite honest though, that one didn't look that real to me.
Also, like, I just don't get what the market is for this kind of thing. Like people are just so into man on the street videos that they can't just take in like the normal ones. They got to go like find AI generated ones.
Like I
don't know. Man on the street videos are like the absolute dregs of society at the moment.
I think it's just like they're trying to show that you can create complete characters and like voices and stuff. As like a content creator and stuff for me, I'm not gonna like. There's no stopping it now, so embrace it. Like I will definitely love using that stuff to replace stock footage. Like if I need a car driving down a highway, like I don't want to go buy that. And if AI could just do it, then just going to. But like it is the beginning of the end. Truly.
Slippery slope, man.
On a scale of -10 to 10, 0 being completely neutral, where are you at on AI as far like on its like on its usage to
like a 4.
Evilness ratio?
I'm like a 4 right now.
So you're pro.
I would say I'm like the 4, 5, 6 range.
I've like
so very pro AI.
So I've used ChatGPT
because I'm like a -8.
No. So well, I get it. And I have waves where I'll use ChatGPT I'll like type in an idea and say like, put this on the list of ideas that I have for this. And I started using it to like keep track of things. And so once I started using it for that, I started to see an actual use case for me. But like I go in waves of using it. It's like one day I'll sit on it for 2 hours and like ask it questions and like explore random topics. And then other days I just never even think about it. And so like, I never wanted to replace any creative stuff that I do, but I do think when it comes to organizing myself, there's a really like good use case there for it. I just don't want it to bleed into other parts of my life because I don't really want it to run my life.
I think I've seen the positives that AI can do. Like there's this guy that did experiments that he has like senior citizens being monitored by video and stuff. And it's all AI based. And like one lady took like the wrong medication, like was able to save her life. And like there's AI can really help us and with quantum computing, like we can solve so many problems. It's when we hit the singularity, if you know what that is.
I do. Of course I do.
That is like, that's going to be the make or break of whether it's truly evil or truly good. And as long as we keep a level head with stuff, like the government just passed the Take It Down Act, which at least the government's being proactive about this, which are you guys aware of that?
No, what's going on there?
So it's pretty much, it was actually introduced by Ted Cruz, which is crazy. It's if AI, like revenge porn or like AI nude images are being distributed of you or someone else or something like that, it's like is reported, like websites have 48 hours to take it down or they will like face severe legal action and stuff. So they just passed it. So at least like the government is being aware that like, hey, AI has a dark side and we need to start passing some legislation about it. So there's some hope in humanity with it.
Yeah, I do think there need to be significant regulations on that. That's just,
wow, what a serious note to end, to end this episode
of Retail Therapy. That's what we be doing.
Give me courtside at the Knicks game with AI Timothee Chalamet.
Should we do a little wish list adding?
I guess we should. How could I forget? We can bring this app up to we can bring this back to level with some wish list. What you got? Anything?
I have something ridiculous. I'm channeling Jacob Elordi right now.
Okay. Big Bottega bag?
Not Bottega. But I was killing some time in Las Vegas over the weekend. And I saw this handbag. I was like, damn, this thing's kind of baller. And it was the Jacquemus? How do you say it?
Jacquemus.
Jacquemus Le Turismo leather shoulder bag. And I was like, man, if I was ever going to Lordy something in my life, it's this one right here. This thing was nice. I put a link in there for you, Barrett.
Okay.
This thing was for a dude. It's about as good as it gets for me.
I mean, as far as bags go, it's not the most insanely priced piece of leather either.
I thought when I asked her how much it costs in the store, I was expecting her to tell me $7,500, and she told me $1,700, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess it's a fraction of what I thought it was going to be, but it's still wildly expensive.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was sweet, and like I think it's big enough that a guy could actually carry this, and like the leather was just really nice, zip enclosure. It's just a very nice bag, and I'm not obviously going to buy this, but fuck it, it's a wish list item.
Sick. I'm gonna cheat a little bit here.
Don't cheat.
I'm gonna cheat. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. We had Matt Pham on several months ago. The founder and creator of With a Beginner's Mind.
It was either right before the holidays or right after the holidays.
Okay. He's dropping his new collection.
Okay.
By the time this comes out, it'll have been up for a couple of days, and it is not. I can't even pull it up because it's literally. I think it's dropping any minute now. But that is what I wanted to plug because I've been really excited to see what he's coming out with. I know it's going to have some bangers. Friend of the pod, want to shout him out. Want y'all to go check this out, and I'm sure I'll be looking to grab something from it so I can report back next week, hopefully. But go check it out. I think it's season 7 for him. He did he was
You're
just
right. season 7.
He was just in Japan. He got to shoot his lookbook over there. So things are on the up and up with a beginner's mind, and I'm excited to see.
I'm signed up for alerts.
What he's dropping. So,
but will you shoot a player a text when this goes live?
I will.
Just so I don't miss it.
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, Barrett, we were so early on Japan. Everyone's been going to Japan lately.
I want to go to Japan.
Oh, that's the propaganda he's falling for.
He's falling for Japan. Falling for Japan.
I am falling for Japan.
Okay.
I've always been falling for Japan. Well, is that all she wrote?
I think so, man.
Well, we might see you guys next week. We might not see you guys next week. Hopefully we got a baby in this world.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't see y'all next week, it's because I had a baby. Yeah. I can tell you that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yes.
Or because it might, if you do see them next week and they record on Friday, there will be no video because I will not be here.
It'll be an audio only. But hey.
Does Randy have another bachelor party?
I don't know. What are you doing, Randy?
Got a wedding.
Look at you.
He's in that era. He's in that era.
I showed you guys my suit, the tie situation.
Okay, that's
then
right.
Randy's going to the Sphere.
Little garden party action. All right. Okay. And then he's going to the Sphere?
He's going to the Sphere, dude.
To see Katy Perry?
No, Kenny Chesney.
Oh, even better. Even better.
I wish you were going to Backstreet Boys.
Okay.
I'll let you know how Kenny Chesney is.
Perfect.
All right, y'all.
See you later.
Bye.